So right now we're going to look at the 13 questions that will show us the technology skills needed for the PARCC assessment. Let's put in a name and start test now. Okay, after you get your student ticket and enter in your information, you will start the section. Okay, right here we will read the directions. So as we're reading it, and it says, as you read, think about the actions of the characters and events of the story. What we can do to make sure we know to think about that, we can just highlight this any color that you would like so that we're constantly thinking as we're reading, I want to think about the actions of the characters. We have a screen within a screen and we can scroll down and read the story. On the other side, we have a Part A and Part B, which will answer two multiple choice questions. Remember, up top, we do have the answer eliminator, where we can click on the X and then click an answer that we know it is not. So we can always cross it out so we can focus on the three other answers. If you want that answer back, remember, you can select on the X again and it will come back. Let's go next question. Same thing. We have multiple choice. Now, just like a lot of different questions and skills that are needed for the internet, we need to remember how to drag and drop. So right here, we would actually drag our question. Now see how our mouse turns from a arrow to crosshairs? Usually when we're on a website, if it is crosshairs, that means that we can actually drag whatever we have. So whenever you see crosshairs as you hover over something, that means that you can drag it on most occasions. Question number 4 is multiple choice as well. With 5, we will have a drop down where we would choose from 3 selections right here to choose our answer. And same thing with part B. So we do have to scroll down a little bit to answer the complete question for number 5. Now, drop downs you'll see all across the internet, so this skill would be very useful, especially when we're solving Google Docs that we'll be using later on in class. Question 6, multiple choice. Now, right here is an example of when we're on the internet. We have to toggle between two essays right here. So two stories right here, just like I toggle between my two tabs in Safari. Right now I'm on Test Nav, but if I want to toggle back, I can click on the other tab and it's right there where I can see my selection of all the different practice tests. So toggling between two stories will also help you with going through the internet when you have more than one tab open. Just think, you can have a resource right here for an internet project, and then on the other side you can have another resource for, say, if you're doing a project on gorillas in the Amazon. So over here we're going to just click back and forth, and inside the box we will write our response. Remember, B for bold, I for italics, U for underline, bullets, numbers, undo, and redo. If you want to take some notes on your stories, we can click on the notepad for this question and type in any resources or notes that we would want to discuss. Okay, we can always X out, read some more of the story, go back to it, it's right there, and we can just type on our paper. Okay, so we can go through that. So let's go to question 8. Same thing that we've seen, multiple choice. Question 9 as well. Question 10. So once again, we may read Derek and narrator start to make fish faces. How does this affect what happens next in the story? If we're looking for that answer, we can always highlight it and then make sure that sticks out to us. And when we find it in the story, we can highlight that as well. Question 11, drag and drop. Notice the crosshairs right here as we just drag, as we just drag and drop our answers. Question 12, if we want to go back to it because we're unsure what it's asking us, we can flag it for review so we know to go back. 13 is about writing. Finally, once again, make sure you review your answers and we can see which questions are flagged and which are answered and not answered for us to go back to. Unflag it, review, and once again, we easily succeed at taking the skills and learning the skills and taking the PARCC assessment. So submit your final answers and we are complete. So yes, submit final answers.